Well, looks like a lot of people were right about the games journalists. People just don't care about him anymore because, well, lo and behold, Black Myth Wukong, after 2 hours of being out, it became the number 2 game for concurrent players on Steam, which is pretty incredible when you consider that it is a single player game. Now, to be fair, a majority of that is, of course, coming from China because it is a Chinese game, and well, I'm sure a lot of them were pretty much hyped about it because it's very much a China mythology, if you will, kind of landscape. I mean, it's Sun Wukong, so duh. But yeah, it is always great, sweet, sweet victory when these journalists try and get like these side stories going that nobody cares about, and then they just absolutely get destroyed and left by the wayside as all the people are flocking to this game. Because I played it a little bit, and I can tell you that it is pretty dang fun to play. I mean, just from personal experience, I can understand why the player count's so high. Here we are on good old Kotaku, and it says Black Myth Wukong beats Cyberpunk and Elden Ring to set new Steam records hours after coming out. The monkey action game is beating Counter-Strike, Dota 2, and more. Yeah, it's crazy. I think it's up to 2.2, over 2.2 million at one point, at one time we're playing it, which is just crazy to think about. This is the first time we saw a trailer of Black Myth Wukong. I joked that it looked great and would probably never actually come out. That was August 2020, August 20, 2020. Geez, too many 20s. Exactly 4 years later, the fantasy action game just isn't available to play. It's shattering records on Steam for single player and online games alike. The adventure, inspired by China's Journey to the West novel, shot up the charts of Valve's PC gaming storefront overnight, has become the top-selling and most-played game within the first 12 hours out in the wild. Black Myth Wukong has already hit over 2.2 million concurrent players on Steam, putting it ahead of every other game that's ever released on the platform outside of PUBG, which, of course, the 2017 Battle Royale sensation that peaked at over 3.25 million players near the end of that year. I mean, let's be honest, it's going to be really tough for the people to beat PUBG, but it's going to happen at some point. I just don't know if it's a single player game, but you never know. I mean, Wukong can get even more players tonight, especially over the weekend, but we'll see. And it says how China specific is interest in Black Myth Wukong. A lot. Current estimate of the Steam country split for players is 88.1% China, 3% US, 1.6% Hong Kong, and 1% Japan. And yeah, I mean, as you can see, I mean, it's really not all that. I was trying to go by region, but apparently this doesn't work. But it's really not all that surprising. I mean, let's be real, because like I said, it's a primary China game, a Chinese game, if you will. The primary language is Chinese, and the primary subtitles is Chinese. I mean, there's the option for English, of course, because English, but it's pretty much for China people. But on the bright side, I do like that they added a English voiceover. I would say it's decent all the way around. The only problem is that the voice isn't really synced up with the lips, so it can be a little weird when they're still talking, or they stop talking, the lips are still moving, or the lips stop moving and they're still talking. But other than that, I mean, the gameplay is great. I really enjoy it. I don't know if it's like the best gameplay I've ever played, but it's pretty enjoyable. So yeah, I'm really happy to see that it's basically just destroying everybody's expectations. I thought it might hit like a million, but the fact that it got over 2.2, I mean, that's just crazy to even think about, like how many people that is at one time playing a single player game that you can't even co-op. Like it's just single player. Like there's no co-op or anything, which is incredible, really. I mean, it even beat Elden Ring, which is just crazy to think about too, because you think of the titan that is Elden Ring, and this game already is beating it by leaps and bounds. So I'm really happy to see this. I'm also happy to see that the games journalists can eat their words, because nobody cares what their opinion is anymore. And I can't wait to see more and more reviewers start growing and growing on YouTube as game journalism becomes more and more obsolete. So anyway, let me know if you guys have played Black Myth Wukong, if you're enjoying it or if you're not. Just let me know down in the comments how you're liking it, how you're not liking it, what you'd like to see, what you've done so far, and things like that, because I'm having a blast. I can't wait to get off work and play it some more. But anyway, hope you guys liked the video, and until next time, peace!